Attention A1 Trading Show fans. If you're looking to get funded, we've got a solution for you. Our partnered prop firm FX2 Funding helps traders get access to up to $200,000 in trading capital. FX2 Funding is not your average prop firm. We've chosen them as our partner because of their fair examination rules, their professional and available customer service, and they have an outstanding reputation in the prop firm space. Here's a quick look at their evaluation process. First, they don't have a time limit on their evaluations. That means that you can take your time when passing your evaluation. There's no pressure to rush your trading. Second, there is only one phase to pass in their evaluation before getting access to your funded account. Also, their evaluation fees are fairly priced and fully refundable upon passing. Once you're funded, you'll be able to keep up to 85% of your trading profits. Finally, a rule we know swing traders will love: you can hold your positions over the weekend. For a limited time, get 15% off any of their account challenges with promo code A1Trading15. That's 15% off any account challenge with code A1Trading15. If you're ready to get funded, we're dropping a link in the chat right now, and you can also find it in the description down below. So go ahead and get signed up today for 15% off with promo code A1Trading15. Now, back to the show.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another live stream. Thank you for joining me on the show. We are here for yet another pretty big stream, probably the second biggest stream that we're going to have all week. Last one of those was, of course, yesterday's CPI number, which was a banger of a show. It was crazy yesterday. The volatility was very, very sharp to the upside for equities markets. If you're trading indices, NAS 100, SPX500, US 30, any of the variations of that, whether you're trading ETFs, whatever, crazy volatility. And to flip it on its head, the dollar was down huge. So today we come back to that story and pick up where we left off with perhaps just as important of a reading. We have PPI numbers coming out in about 10 minutes. For the new viewers of my streams, I should say our streams, it's a show here that we have several contributors to. This first segment, I'll be going solo, but we may bring people in. I'm not sure. I'm not the producer. I just work here. Okay. So anyways, we are about 10 minutes out from the core PPI and unemployment numbers that are going to release. This is likely to cause some volatility. So if you are a day trader, be aware that volatility will likely spike for USD pairs. It will likely spike for JPY pairs even. It'll move for gold. It'll move for indices. Should be a pretty eventful day. So we are going to jump into some chart analysis to prepare for this. I'm going to show you guys where I am at currently. You guys know when you watch these streams, you're going to get to see trades that I am actually taking on live brokerage accounts. I'm going to tell you guys this. This is just my personal pet peeve. If I pull up streams and people aren't on, their actual brokerage showing you trades, they can have it. Because I don't, if you're trading, show your trades, right? And this is the thing. So I will show you guys my trades, win or loss. There are days where I pull up this thing and I feel like an idiot, right? I'll show everybody on the internet that I'm in a losing trade or whatever. But today, fortunately, is not that day. We're still in NASDAQ. NASDAQ is running hot for us, making a substantial move to the upside here today and continues to chug higher. Now, I will say, we are coming into a PPI event, and I am not day trading this thing. This is a swing trade for me, and the reason I make that distinction for newer viewers out here, first of all, what am I looking at? This is NASDAQ, okay? Many of you guys who are not in the US, you might trade things like NAS 100 on your forex brokerage. But in the United States, we can't trade CFDs. There are some legal limitations to US regulated brokerages. And so instead, I have to trade an ETF variation, which is the same thing. It's just on the stock exchange, and I'm not allowed to use as much leverage. That's essentially what it is. Anyways, your country might have similar or, totally different rules and regulations. But again, it is the same thing. I'm trading the NASDAQ long here, and I've been holding this trade for a few days, actually 7 days. I think we're celebrating the 1 week celebration or 1 week anniversary of this chart, and price continues to push higher. So for my friends who are also watching the NASDAQ, I do like to start my streams just covering trades that I am in, things that I am looking at. When we bring Frank or guests on, I usually ask them the same thing. I try to keep you guys up to date. So where am I at with this and what am I planning to do? I've got my stop loss locked behind market structure. If this market tumbles, guys, I'm going to be out of the trade for a profit. We have locked in at this point, let's call it $1,500 in profit, because we're floating about 3,000, 2,900. And so price is moved. My stop loss is moved about halfway of this distance. So let's call it a $1,500 stop loss, trailing stop. So in the worst case, we're still going to make some money, which is great. But the reality is, inflation numbers yesterday were very, very promising, and the market loved it. And so it was great for my position. And so I took that as an opportunity to trail my stop loss. I'm going to zoom in here and just show you the price action breakdown for a second, guys. Here's the 30-minute chart. And when we zoom in here and we take a look at the trade, so the entry is a different story. I bought at the bottom of a sort of what was consolidation in the context of a longer term uptrend. So kind of this pattern, right? And I like to trade these. So I picked it up in consolidation, but the longer term was an uptrend. And so now we're seeing this leg, right? The continuation of the trend. So my goal here has been to trail a stop loss on the trade. Yesterday, we put in a pretty substantial pullback intraday and put in a nice higher low. So from a price action standpoint, what I chose to do is, as we again put in a new low, I took my stop loss and I moved it all the way into profit here. Okay, if that breakdown made sense or it was helpful to you, can you guys just do me a favor and type in the chat? Just quickly drop a yes in the chat for me if that breakdown made sense, so that we can continue on to other things. I'd like to cover gold, the dollar. I'd like to talk about perhaps some of the other indices and things like that today. Last thing I will say, as you guys do, let me know if that was helpful. Is my goal here today is to look for a new higher low. There was a little bit of a wick here, and I do like this, to be honest. So I may be watching this, but I don't also want to trail my stop real tight before PPI, because PPI does have the potential to do something like it did yesterday, cause high levels of volatility. And I don't just want to get whipped out for no good reason. Candlesticks can be very volatile. So I'm just going to let it kind of do its thing. And if it completely erases some of these gains, it's all right. I'll take my profits and move on for the day. All right. So yes, cool. Thank you guys for the updates. That is where I'm at with NASDAQ. Let's go back to trading view here, and we'll take a quick look at the dollar, which continues to fall apart. This is part of the reason the NASDAQ trade is doing very, very well for newer traders. Dollar down can oftentimes mean indices up, as basically risk on sentiment can sometimes really push the dollar down and give way to other currencies to essentially take a turn, right? You see the euro up, you see the pound up against the dollar specifically, right? So something to think about there. And guys, we are about 4 minutes out to PPI. If you guys are enjoying the stream, do me a quick favor, hit that thumbs up button. Let us know that you are enjoying this content. When you hit that thumbs up button, it also tells YouTube that you're liking the stream, so it will recommend you this sort of content in the mornings in the future for you, or in the afternoons, wherever you are. Anyways, dollar looks weak here. It does not look like it has any strength yet. If today's news does come out strong, like if we do get a surprise, producers see prices increasing at a dramatic pace, that could show signs of inflation. We will, of course, have coverage for you. But for now, let's take a look at some charts other than just the dollar index. Here's gold, big push up, beautiful push up, and strength does seem to be here for the bulls. I think that there may be a bigger move coming on gold. Now, let me point out a thing I was not so right about. I showed you guys a winning trade. Let's talk about something I was wrong about. I thought that when we were, pushing up against this 2050 level, I thought that we would pretty quickly come back to retest it and perhaps even break out higher. I was wrong. Again, during this time, we had banking crisis fears. We had central banks potentially easing on the, on the rate hikes concept. Fundamentally, I really liked it long, but I was early. I think that now actually may be the case. We may now see central banks officially starting to, go in the opposite direction, looking to be more loose, looking to be more dovish, right? So again, very, very important to keep that in mind if you're looking at this. The gold market on the higher time frames, guys, daily chart here, made a pretty significant breakout. This downward trend, which was kind of the bane of the bull's existence for a while, right? Every time price would get a little bit of steam going, sellers would push this thing right back down. If you're a gold seller during this time, obviously you're very happy with that. But again, the gold bulls were under pressure. But I think that we do have something here, guys. I think for gold bulls, we now drop it to the 4-hour chart. We can zoom in just a bit. Key levels of breakout are occurring. We had a big resistance point here. We broke, we retested, and we exploded off this. So how do we trade this going forward? Well, kind of same as yesterday. And I know I sound like a broken record if you tuned in yesterday. We've got to wait for the pullback. There's no use here, in my personal opinion, chasing this price. And definitely for me, not interested in shorting this price. Okay. Just because something has moved up does not mean that it cannot keep going up. But for me to enter a trade, I have to wait for high probability entries, which involve waiting usually for some sort of a pullback. I'd like to see, some consolidation, some retracement off of this big push that we just recently saw. Right. So I'm looking for that. If we draw from the swing low here to the swing high, this is a 4-hour chart. So, we're still a ways away from where things start to get interesting, like that 50% retracement, like the 1938 level. So I like gold on the long side, guys, but I'm not going to rush it, right? I'm going to wait for that healthy pullback. And perhaps we get that today. We are about 1 minute out, guys. So let's go ahead and set up our chart to watch the reaction to PPI numbers. Please remember, as we do go into the event, please don't gamble on the news events. It's really a bad idea. And, a quick way to lose a lot of money. I can't tell you guys how many times we get emails following news events of people thinking they were smart, putting buy stops and sell stops on their trade, only to lose their entire account when the market goes in both directions. Please be very careful. And if you feel like I'm talking to you, I might be. Okay, so please don't do that. Gold top left, we're going to put SPX bottom left. Actually, let's do NAS because I'm in a NAS trade. I'm going to be a little selfish with that. NAS 100 bottom left. We'll put euro dollar top right, and we'll put dollar yen bottom right. Guys, we've got gold, NAS, euro, dollar yen. Okay, so we can keep an eye on all of these. These are all 15-minute charts. Here comes the news, and breaking news coming in right now. All right, and we should be getting the number for PPI. PPI should cause some volatility now. Yep. Dollar yen, gold, a little bit of volatility here. Euro dollar making a push, gold making a push. NAS, there it goes again. Dollar yen down, gold up, NAS up, euro up. What a move, guys. And what a move, but really it's been a move all week. Again, this is probably a FOMO week for a lot of people. And I've said that we pointed that out yesterday pretty extensively. It's a big FOMO week. A lot of people who missed these moves are probably, we can't save them all, right? People are going to make dumb mistakes. Unfortunately, we have said over and over, do not chase these sort of great moves in the markets because they oftentimes, they do healthy pullbacks. And if you're buying the tops, that healthy pullback can crush you. So be very careful as we get closer to these extreme moves. Just wait for retracements. I'm telling you, don't chase and manage your risk. Don't let emotions get the better of you. Okay. And this right here, guys, this is an example. Remember, I just said, be very careful trading news. If you put buy stops and sell stops on this gold move, that hurt, right? That didn't go well, right? The thing is, people who trade buy stops and sell stops on the news events, they oftentimes can get it really right. Like you can make a lot of money if this thing just goes in one direction. But what happens when it goes in both directions? When the number is not that decisively bullish or bearish, which happens often in news. You blow accounts, you take stupid losses that you didn't need to take. Again, buy stops and sell stops is one of the dumbest strategies. Unless you have direct access liquidity to the markets, even still, it's going to be hard to make money. Even if you were a hedge funds don't necessarily do that, right? Unless they have some really fast data available to them. But you and I getting our numbers from, Forex Factory, we're not going to be able to be faster than people on Wall Street who have supercomputers connected directly to, the feeds that are. Anyways, whole thing, be very careful, okay? All right, so dollar yen coming back now. NAS just flat, gold giving back some profits and now making a move lower. Let's actually go look at the number. So we did get PPI come down 0.1%. So this should be weak for the dollar, and core PPI should be weak for the dollar. And wow, unemployment claims came down they came out less than expected. This is also weak for the dollar. So very interesting. All of these numbers sort of confirm a weakness for the dollar. And yet we see a little bit of dollar strength. Why is that? Well, let's take a look. So gold, dollar's making a move up, but it's not a big move up. This is not a massive move up, right? Look at the 4-hour chart. That's nothing to. If this candle was like doing one of these guys, but to the upside, that's a big candle. But right now, what we see is just a little bit of okay, the news is out. Whatever, right? It's not nearly as surprising or impactful as yesterday's news today coming out. This is it's a good hit for the dollar, dollar bears, I would say. I would say that, if the dollar does pull back, this actually looks like an excellent selling opportunity and why I'm going to stay long NASDAQ. Again, this is my current position. I picked it up over here and I'm still holding it. And I know somebody just said, no, you're not, Nick. You just made that up. Well, remember, guys, I hope that you consider subscribing to our show because I don't show you guys or talk about trades without showing you my brokerage account. And I do that because, again, we really are out here doing our stuff. We're really trading and we're not making stuff up. So I'm on Webull. If you guys don't have Webull, it is a brokerage that's available to U.S. clients. This is how I trade things like gold and indices on a regulated platform. You can trade like NAS 100 as a U.S. person off like on offshore brokerages, but I'm not into that, right? I want my money to be safe. I want to trade on regulated brokerages. That's why I use Webull. And it's also a fantastic platform. So if you don't have it, there is a link in the description. If you'd like to sign up, you do get free shares if you choose to set up an account with them. Still long NASDAQ, holding on to it, letting it run here. Stops are in place. I would like to see if, if we can get a push off of the lows. I don't know what just happened. Okay, there it is. We got a nice push off these lows. I might need to trail my stop loss here, and I may do that. If I do update that trade, you guys will see it inside of the Discord. Quick plug for the Discord. If you guys are not already inside of the Discord, we share all of our trades. And I say we because it is Frank and myself. So Frank is long gold. He's been in a gold long, and I've been trading NASDAQ to the long side. We've had a really, really good week. And if you guys aren't already inside of the Discord, here's a cool plug for you guys. If you guys want to join the Discord, couple things. We do have a free version as well as the VIP version. The free version doesn't include the signals, but it does include some free PDF downloads, some daily chart analysis that's provided by Frank from our team. If you guys would like access, we're going to drop first a link to the free Discord sign up form. We do require you to sign up using a form because we've had lots of people like join with scam accounts and spam accounts. So we don't just drop the Discord link anymore. So if you'd like to join, just fill this out. It takes like 2 seconds. It'll send you directly to the Discord channel. So if you'd like to join the free one, there you go. Click that link. But then also, if you guys are interested or you want to hear more about our trade alerts, let me just be clear. This is not a service where you're going to copy and make $1 million. That's not what we're claiming. We're not about that. But if you'd like to join a service where you get the full breakdowns behind every single trade that we share, the explanations, right? The analysis, charts, screenshots, technical analysis, fundamental analysis. If you want to learn something, if you're actually serious about trading and you could use the help of, myself and Frank, we share our trade alerts with full breakdowns. We do coaching webinars with Ivan a couple times a week. He does coaching webinars where he answers people questions. If you guys would like information about that, we're also going to drop a link where you can get in direct contact with someone on our staff. So we have a couple people who help manage memberships. So if you're interested in a membership with us, if you want to hear more information about that, and you'd like to get a significant discount, here's how to do it now. We're going to drop a link to a direct message center. So if you click this link, it's going to take you to a place where you'll be connected directly to someone on our staff who can set you up with a membership. And again, if you message us while we're live, there are real people that you'll be able to talk to instantaneously, and they'll give you big discounts off the Discord if you are interested. We're still long NASDAQ. Like I said, I'm trying to stay patient on this one. I still want to, this market has not told me that there's any reason to get out of this trade. What would tell me is if we do break underneath support here, right? We have key support there. Yesterday, we retested that support level, found, in fact, here's the 1 hour. Price came down, retested this area and rejected it beautifully. So as long as we break that support level for now, I'm going to go ahead and keep my trade rolling. Okay. So that's NASDAQ for me. Let's keep going here for a moment and we'll see. So we have NASDAQ. Let's take a look at gold here. What's gold doing? Gold's still pushing higher. Like I mentioned, gold for me is potentially a buy. If we do get a pullback, I do like it long. 1940 is probably my area where I'd be looking at it. So looking at gold, USD JPY. Yeah, see this one just is so bearish right now, right? In fact, this thing kind of lost its steam to me. If I was to trade a yen pair, it probably would not be dollar yen. And if it was, I'd have to be bearish rather than bullish for now. Let's actually go look at the watch list and see where we're at. So these are things that I am currently bullish or bearish on. Let's refresh the watch list. This is a watch list that's generated by our software. My company, A1 Trading, we build software tools for traders. And what we do here is we bring in a ton of key data. And really something cool to see here, guys, is the NASDAQ is on top. NAS 100 has a strong buy rating. SPX500 has a buy rating. US 30 has a buy rating. And you may be wondering why. Well, the inflation number yesterday just gave us a serious boost on that column scoring. So we get +2s in all of the inflation categories because, again, yesterday and today, we had excellent inflation numbers that really helped out the indices. So we are really bullish on indices if you're looking at the EDGEFINDER's calculation or the score here. Gold also looks all right, looks good, right? So we have, gold getting a buy rating. If you're looking at yen pairs, you have Euro yen, Swiss yen, NZD JPY, GJ. These things are generally bullish. Take a look at the sell side real quick. We've got Euro pound, UK 100, GBP CHF, Euro CHF, Euro NZD. So some currency pairs on the sell side. Again, for me right now, focused mostly on trading NAS and SPX, both of them looking really, really good. And so, yeah, in a moment, we'll be saying hello to Frank, who is on the design team, development team, as well as one of our traders here at A1 Trading. Between him and myself, we're inside of the Discord every day, putting our lives on the line, sharing our trade alerts, which, as you can imagine, comes with its own stresses as well as positives. But we've been doing this a long time. We've slowly developed thicker skin. The reality is when you share trades, when it's good, it's great. When it's bad, it's awful, right? Because people they don't love when you're wrong, right? I get the YouTube comments and stuff like that, but the reality is if you're a trader, you're gonna have losing streaks. Every single person does. Anyways, I also want to take a look at a couple of things. We do have seasonal trends, retail sentiment, smart money tracker to keep up with. And we're going to come to Frank and see what's going on in terms of today's setups and scans in just a moment after this real quick break. If you guys are interested in the software, there is a way to get it for free with our partnered brokership. So or brokerage. We're going to show you guys a little bit of information about that here in a second. And then we'll be joined back with Frank where we can go over some stuff. Check this out.
Attention A1 Trading Show fans, if you're interested in getting free access to the EDGEFINDER or our premium trade alerts, listen up. For a limited time, our show's partnered broker 8cap is giving out free access to our products when you sign up for a new trading account with them. If you already have a broker, you may want to consider switching to 8cap because of their low trading costs, a wide range of trading assets, and their amazing customer support. If you'd like to get access to our software and Discord server for free, click the link being dropped in the chat right now and ask one of our team members for more information. Don't miss your chance for free products and an award-winning broker. Now back to the A1 Trading Show.
All right, we are back. What's up, Frank? How's it going, man?
Hey, I'm good. How's it going?
It's good. It's good that NASDAQ kept floating higher overnight. And how's it doing now? I mean, it was just doing fine. Let's see, NASDAQ still, I mean, this is just such a strong one-way trade. Are you still in your NASDAQ trade, Frank?
On the demo account, I may or may not have got back in, but
are you talking about the prop firm account?
Yeah, the FX2 account.
Yep.
I got back in, but on my my real account, I did not. I trailed out at I can't remember, but I made about, I'd say 3/4 of the profit as what it would have been, I guess, which is all right. But I really missed that trade that I wish I held on, so could have watched it to like run more to the upside. But
yeah, I mean, obviously hindsight 2020, and it's getting to that point, Frank, where sometimes I'm trailing a stop like this, and it's like, part of me doesn't mind if it ends because I'm like, okay, I just want to like close out on the profit. But the other side of me just knows I've been doing this for so long, and you have as well, that sometimes these moves are just so ridiculous that if you hold on, it's like the most rewarding thing ever. So I'm kind of just torn. I'm going to let the market tell me when it's time to get out. I've trailed my stop. Sounds like you took a profit, so congrats on that trade. What are you looking at here going forward? Are you looking at any entries today? Again, PPI came out, another pretty solid report, though the dollar is bouncing a little bit. What do you think today? Any setups?
So no, and more so still managing what I have. I'm still in gold.
Okay.
I I want to see a continuation higher because this lower inflation number should be kind of a boost for sentiment. At least we've seen CPI and PPI come down in the past 2 days, so that's a good sign. But gold's initial reaction was kind of bearish, so I guess we'll see. Other than that, maybe some more yen pairs. I have been looking at CAD yen and pound yen, but it's just been a harsh sell-off for both pairs, which has been tough to try to read on when to get in, and the direction has flipped. But otherwise, it looks like kind of a larger pullback in an uptrend. So I don't know, maybe today if it breaks out of this channel. So
Yeah, that could be interesting. And I think, the yen pairs are increasingly interesting. When you get these like 6 days in a row sell-offs, it starts to, bring into question whether or not that uptrend that is kind of falling apart. But it also brings into interest a lot of the bigger term dip buyers, right? Like the longer term traders start taking a look at this and like, okay, now we might be able to get some value on this currency pair or on this, whatever they're trading, index, or, those bigger pullbacks. They can kind of rule out some of the day traders. The day traders might just say, oh, this thing is bearish now. But then the bigger term picture, the day chart traders, things like that, they start taking a look at it a little closer. Anyways, Frank, I wanted to ask you just a little bit about the EDGEFINDER here today. I thought this was cool. I sent you a message this morning. I don't know if you saw it on Discord. I was so excited with some of the recent behind the scenes guys, just a little. Frank and I chat EDGEFINDER all the time on the stream. And Frank and I are developing it together all the time. I thought this was really cool, Frank. Yesterday we had CPI number come out, and essentially it was a home run hit. What's so cool to us is that behind the scenes we're developing, coding, building the algorithm that you guys see on the EDGEFINDER. To me, what's so cool is that we now see with that inflation report, automatically the EDGEFINDER has picked out the U.S. indices look strong now. What's your reaction to that, Frank? Do you think that is as cool as I think it is?
I do, and I'm glad we changed the way of scoring overall for the indices with inflation and measuring change and seeing how that affects it as well. Change in forecasts are the two primary drivers, I think, in like indices and commodity sentiment.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I just think it's cool. So guys, just a little bit of context for those of you guys who are, we had some questions in the chat about the watch list. Let me first say, I don't want to hold up the show and get, super technical by any means. If you guys do have questions, I am going to drop a link or have our wonderful producer drop a link for you guys if you would like more information about how the scoring system works. And if you are interested, we'll also actually drop a trial link. So let's actually drop both. So the first link you guys see here, if you guys would like to just chat with somebody right now, you can do so. And also, if you would like to actually try out the EDGEFINDER, we just dropped this link as well. You can sign up for a tour or a trial and actually speak directly with somebody. You can even set up a Zoom call if you're interested in doing that to go over the software to see if it would be helpful to you. Again, it's kind of hard to go through the entire software that we've been working on for a year and a half now in just a quick stream overlay. So if you would like more information, please feel free to take advantage of those free resources. We also do have a free course that this guy right here helped put together in terms of usability and how to walk through and understand the EDGEFINDER. Frank, I'm going to let you go because we do have Marco coming up next. So thank you for joining us and just a quick update on your trades. And we will see you back next time.
Okay, thank you.
All right, guys. Yes, and Frank, I always like to bring Frank in because, again, he helps tremendously with the software development side of what we do, the software tools that we show. So anyways, what we're going to do now is we're going to bring in Miko and Marco. We're going to shift gears a little bit. We're going to do our Technical Thursday concept. I think that's what we're calling it now. We're going to bring Miko and Marco in just a moment. And real quick, we're going to just have a quick break while we set that up. And then we'll be back with Miko and Marco for technical setups. We're going to probably talk some more currency pairs, yen pairs, things like that. I know they both like to talk those things. So we'll be right back with Miko and Marco. We often get asked by our US viewers, how do you guys trade gold and indices on a regulated broker? To trade gold, indices, and more, we trade using Webull. And for US citizens watching now, for a limited time, you can get free stocks if you use our promo link that can be found in the description or dropped in the live chat right now. Webull is our top pick and personal choice when selecting a broker here in the United States for stocks, indices, and commodity trading specifically. Get your free stocks now by clicking the link and signing up using the instructions found there. Now, back to the show. All right, we are back to the show. Thanks, Nick, for that from Nick. What's up, guys? Welcome back, Miko, Marco, to the show. You guys are our weekly contributors on the technical analysis side. So, I don't know, you saw that little technical intro. Chandler put that together for us, the Technical Thursdays concept. How are you guys doing?
We're doing good.
Yeah, I'm good. How are you, Nick?
I'm good, and good to have you guys back on the show. Again, what we do during this segment for newer viewers is Miko and Marco are both very technical traders, and I picked their brain a little bit during this segment. We go through some charts together, and again, you get a little bit of a different take than just my own style, which I think is pretty important. It's nice to see different traders in the way they approach the market. So I want to come to you guys on some ideas or things that you're looking at. First, Marco, do you have any trades open right now or things that you are looking to take as we get into the Thursday session here?
Yeah, sure. So I have a euro and a US dollar trade open. So it's a long one. And basically just quickly, let me run you through the methodology. So what I was seeing some strong momentum, 3 consecutive blue candles, very, very large size. And then we continue to get a 1 candle pullback. So this high is a bit lower. It's 327. This one is 335. And then the next candle continues with a strong momentum with a nice clean close, meaning no wick. So then I just set an order for a break and a retest, got tagged in, and currently running in some profit. So I'm trailing my stop, and my stop is currently 2 pips below this level right here. So that's the one trade that I have. And the next one I'm looking to take is on the pound. So if this candle closes blue in the next 9 minutes, I will be taking this flag formation. So basically the flag formation is the first high, first low, second high, second low, kind of looks like a flag. And I just enter on the first bullish candle after the flag forms. What I'm seeing here is I'm seeing a V reversal, a range, and a continuation to the upside. Usually this starts a nice uptrend. So these sort of formations, especially when you have the prior price action also moving to the upside. So this is very, very high probability in my personal opinion. If this closes red, I will not be taking a trade. I need a blue candle, and that's about it for me. I mean, I want to get in on some other pairs as well. Everything is moving, everything is looking very good. So EJ, definitely looking for a buy, but not just yet. Aussie US dollar seeing a bit of a rejection now on the top. Aussie Japanese yen definitely trending heavily to the upside, so that has potential. The pound I just went over, and NJ definitely looking to get in on a buy. So on my watch list I have EU, I have AU not that much, but AJ, GU, and NJ. That's it.
Okay, very cool. You know, Marco, and I'm excited to hear what Miko thinks on this too, because you know, this week for me has been a week of really hard to find entries. Now, I will say I was fortunate enough to be in a trade prior to this week. I picked something up Friday that has been running. I picked up the NASDAQ, and it's continued to push higher and higher, which has been great because I've been able to trail a stop. But in terms of like new trades, it's been really hard for me to pick up new things. So I think it's incredibly interesting, Marco, that in this week, and again, this is when we talk differences in styles, you seem to be far more like engaged, active. You're like, okay, things are moving the way I like them to move. So sometimes kind of, I feel like Miko and myself were a little bit more on the, breakout retest, looking for those opportunities on like the 4 hour kind of thing. And then Marco, it's kind of cool to see you like really able to take advantage of some of these sort of moves, and you're very, very specific. You're very calculated with kind of getting involved in these regimented moves. You've got NJ on the screen right now. Like for me, I'd have to wait for a pullback, but to hear your style and you're like, I'm in there taking advantage of that push. Really, really cool. So thanks for sharing. Miko, what do you think? I mean, so I look at Euro and I'm like, man, this is hard for me to I can't get in on this. I've got to see a pullback. And if I just show you guys real quick my Euro chart, what I'm thinking here, just to put a picture to what I'm talking about, big breakout happened. And let me see if I can just share my screen. There we go. Okay, so big move happens, and I didn't catch this trade. I think I just wasn't looking at it. But if I'm looking at this is something that I struggled to take an entry on. Miko, what do you think? Big moves this week. Are you in anything? I know you were trading dollar Swiss. What's the update on that?
Yeah, dollar Swiss finally came through actually last week. So last week. So yeah, I completely agree with you as well. I'm kind of in a similar boat as well. Dollar Swiss, I was short back over here, and then the caught nicely to the downside. I had my target around about here. So I was stuck in this ugly consolidation for about 3 weeks, and then eventually it broke to the downside and tagged me out. So it was worth the wait. And this week I was in some longs on pound USD, which I'm currently out. It hit my target for that one. Luckily, pound USD gave me a good pullback into this area here. So again, talking about pullbacks, and it gave me a nice signal there on the hourly with that in bullish engulfing, and caught a nice move to the upside to around about 1.3, and that exited that position. But pairs like Euro USD, that one's flying. A lot of the yen pairs previously as well, they've been flying as well. As the USD is flying as well. Gold has had a massive push to the upside, so I'm waiting for pullbacks on gold too. So I'm in the boat where I'm waiting for some pairs to retrace, and the way I trade, I like break and retest. So if the market breaks through a level and continues to go quite far, I need the market to pull back onto that same level. And sometimes the market doesn't do it and just keeps going, and that's just not an opportunity for myself to take. So I'm kind of waiting for some pullbacks, and my main focus is kind of dollar pairs. So gold, I'm looking for some break and retest for some longs. Dollar CAD as well, I'm waiting for some pullbacks as well for some lower highs, potentially retest some structure up there. So I like this area here. We briefly stopped, create some support, potentially could go and tap that area and some continuation lower. And as the USD, massive breakout to the upside, obviously from yesterday, fresh level of resistance now turned support as well. I'll be more than happy for a pullback onto that level, but again, very, very far away. We probably won't see that this week, if at all. So I'm definitely the same boat as you.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing, Miko. If I'm being so honest, sometimes these sorts of weeks, even though I'm in a NASDAQ trade, which is great, I really, I have no reason to complain if you're in on it. But there's certainly been times where I don't have a trade on, and these weeks are incredibly frustrating because I'm like, okay, that was the move I wanted. I didn't get it, and now I'm sitting here waiting and just, kind of fingers crossed it gives me a chance, gives me a pullback. But again, I also, a lot of times people will hop on the streams and they'll say, why don't you short these moves if you think they're overextended? And for me personally, a move like this, we've got NZD USD pulled up. This is, for me, not a move that I would be comfortable shorting. It's clearly very, very strong. Now, if I were to take any trade, it's probably the same concept, looking for that proper retracement on that. Same things with things like gold. I've got gold pulled up here. Gold, big explosive move. These are moves that obviously I wish I was involved in this, but all I can do, many traders find themselves like, okay, well, let me short it back and then I'll pick it up long over here. And, they're trying to trade both directions. And while there are people certainly who can do that sort of thing, I find the easiest trades, quote unquote, for me would be, even though it's painful sometimes to wait for those retracements and see if we can find an opportunity. Marco, what do you think on gold? I know, we talk about this often, or I mention it often. You don't trade gold, so I like to give the audience that preface, but I do just like to ask you anyways. What do you think on gold here today?
Sure. So for gold, so let me just quickly open it up on my trading view. So on the 1 hour chart for gold, kind of corrective on the top. So I am seeing a bit of momentum here again. I'm looking for these sort of legs. And when I see this leg and then I see this sort of indecision, breaking the highs, breaking the lows, pausing, it's not a good sign. So what I would like to see, I would like to see the momentum continue, and then I would be looking for a buy. So I need a confirmation. I need an established trend. For me, this is not an established trend. It's a single strong impulse and then kind of a crappy price action right here. Prior to that, kind of range bound corrective. So for me, I would wait for a large push up. I would wait for a confirmation that this move is really an established move and not just a fake out. So yeah, that's kind of it.
Okay, and staying with you, Marco, there too. Another one I want to ask you about is dollar yen. So dollar yen moving very decisively to the downside here, at least from my perspective on the 4 hour chart. But I'd love to get your take. Dollar yen, again, very clearly one directional market move here with a little bit of a pause recently. Would you, be looking to potentially short, if momentum started picking up, or would you? Let's say also too, just to throw a wrench in it too. What if dollar yen bottoms out and we start to see it rally? Would you be looking to long? How would you approach this one?
So it's definitely moving down in a nice downtrend, but again, seeing a bit of a break of structure, not seeing large blue candles, so that's a good sign. Overall trend is definitely down, but just a small warning sign is this most recent price action. So same as on gold, I would wait for one more leg to the downside like this. So, and now just give me 1 second. I need to execute a market order on the pound. Let me just see if it's, it broke the high. So yeah, I will be setting an order on the pound right now. So just give me 30 seconds.
We'll come back to you, Marco. So love to see it. Miko, dollar yen, what do you think? Any yen crosses that you're watching? I know you talked NZD a little bit. What are you thinking on yen crosses?
Yeah, I was looking at some longs for some yen pairs coming into this week, particularly NZD-JPY and AD-JPY. But both of them have moved without me after the back of CPI yesterday. Had some good areas of confluence for both of these pairs. Had a lovely resistance level here around 86. And we had this kind of long-standing trend line as well, connecting these major swing lows. 1, 2, and possibly a third one. And this is my area of confluence. I was waiting to see if I can get some entry signals in that area. Same thing with AUD-JPY as well. This one, again, a long-standing trend line from the lows to, well, potentially the new low created just now. And also we had a lovely resistance here as well, which I was looking for a retest of. So again, both of them very close to my areas of confluence, but both of them just missed out on it after the back of CPI. So those are the kind of the only yen pairs I was looking at. Other yen pairs like euro yen, pound yen have seen some downside, but for me as a swing trade, I don't really want to be shorting the yen pairs. Maybe apart from dollar yen, but I don't want to be shorting the yen pairs like euro yen and pound yen. These are still, kind of the bigger picture is still very to the upside. So I'm very cautious about looking to short some of these yen pairs, and I'm still trying to long. Dollar yen is a little bit different though, because that one's really dropped to the downside, like 700 pips. I measured from the high to the low. So that one's really made a move to the downside. So I could see some correction and then possibly maybe a lower high to move back down to the low. So I'll keep an eye out for that, which may take a few days to set up. So I'll keep an eye on that. But other yen pairs, I'm not really focused. Dollar's my main focus at the moment.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Yen pairs have been an interesting topic. They have this really nice trending nature to them, at least in recent years. That's why I like to, if I am trading currency pairs, I tend to find myself gravitating towards yen crosses. Again, the Bank of Japan is kind of like the ultimate dove when it comes to central banks, and from just a high level fundamentals. I know we're focusing technicals here. From a high level fundamentals side, when you have a central bank that is just like really static in their policy, like we need to keep the economy stimulated kind of thing, and they just stay there for a long period of time, it makes it easy to use it as kind of like a staple or like a solid, base case compared to like things like the UK, which again, yesterday you mentioned CPI. CPI came out really, really good for the US, but the UK is still really lagging behind in that area. And so, GJ, for example, to me would be a pair that looks really intriguing on the long side, but it's got to show signs. And I think that, this is actually kind of promising in terms of if we had the daily chart trend line there that we talked about on yesterday's stream. Nice little overall uptrend. Here's the 1 hour chart. And we did get a little bit of a breakout. So, GJ doing some work here, I think. It will be interesting to see if we get some pullbacks. We kind of already did get a little bit of pullback here. But yeah,
this would fit my plan. Marco. Yeah. So this would kind of fit my plan for a break and a retest, basically. I'm seeing a descending channel, push up, small pullback. So it was GJ, right?
GJ, yes. Pound pairs in general seem to be moving nice.
On the 4 hour. Or actually on the 1 hour as well. So I'm not trading this one live, but basically what I'm seeing here is a nice descending and a definite momentum shift to the upside. So this looks very, very nice. 3 consecutive blue candles, small pullback, no red candles. I mean, they're not that big. We continue, nice break, definitely a strong close. So yeah, this would definitely fit my plan if I was trading this, definitely.
So Marco, to follow you on that, you're looking for here in order to enter. Would you be entering like right on the open of this candle that we're currently on kind of thing? Or would you wait for a minor pullback? And what would kind of tell you like, okay, time to hit the button kind of thing?
So I'm just waiting for the hourly closes, 1 minute before the hour closes. So this opened at 13 o'clock my time, closed at 14. So at 13:59, I'm at the charts waiting for this to close. If this closes like this, I'm setting a pending order immediately after the close at the level that I want. So basically same as like on the pound just now. So a flag did not form in the end. We did break the high before the candle closed, but now I'm looking for that retest of this level. So I do have a pending order right here. That would be an example.
Okay, very, very cool. I want to show you guys something too. One way I'm always intrigued by Marco's style because again, it is kind of like a very momentumous style. You're not even waiting for the pullback. But I want to show something. Sometimes people might be a little bit confused by that. They'd be like, Marco, you're buying it near the highs of that move. But what's really cool is what we often see is that retail traders typically they fade moves. Like that kind of seems to be the common theme. I can't get it to pull up here for some reason, but maybe we'll have to come back to it. But just generally speaking, the point I was trying to make is that usually when we see like these big pushes in one direction, it's actually the retail trader on average that is looking to short a move that goes up. So let's actually look at just while we're here, we'll take a look at like GJ, see if we can find some comparable examples there. You can actually see while it's loading GU 90% short right now. So like when we go back to that GU, again, we pull this data from a couple retail forex brokerages. What's interesting here is that again, people might say, why would you buy this right here? Well, just be aware that the average retail trader, which loses money, is actually very short. So it's really interesting to look at the psychology. Again, people think that's crazy, yet again, the retail crowd is shorting a move like this. And specific to our concept on GJ, you can kind of see it here. I'll read it out to you. 21% of retail traders are on the long side and 79% are shorting this rally on pound yen. And the reason again that is so intriguing is that you look at a move like this and you say, oh, that's many retail traders, their first reaction to this is short this. It's gone up. It's time to sell it off, right? It's very, very intriguing to study retail psychology. And I'm not talking about stop hunting or anything like that. I'm just talking generally speaking. If you know objectively from brokerage regulation requirements to release how many of their clients are losing money, if you know that they are losing money at a very high rate and they're all short on something, it does ask the question, is that something that you might actually want to be long on? So I don't know. Anyways, Miko, I want to come back to you. Any other pound pairs? It seems like a pretty interesting theme today. I know you're looking at GU. I want to come back to on GU as well. Did you say you're looking for a possible pullback buy? Is that right?
I am looking for a pullback, but I was saying I took a buy trade early this week on Monday from down here.
Nice.
So just dropped
So
the
you're
position.
in one right now. So you're holding on to GU long?
No. I exited the position, hit my target.
Oh, okay, got
I
it.
would like to hold on to it, but I hit my target, so I was out the trade. But I was looking for a push back into this support level. So that was my target for the week. And to be fair, I wasn't actually expecting pound USD to get there. I thought it was going to be one of those trades which I hold for a while. But obviously CPI helped me out and pushed it into the target, and it's breaking through that quite confidently. So I'm looking for more pullbacks now for pound USD. And again, for me, the best level I can see for my strategy in the full H is definitely this level back down here, which again is so far away, which will take a lot for us to retrace that far. So again, it's kind of at the back of my mind right now, because I doubt we'll see that move definitely by the end of the week, if at all. But out of the dollar pairs, like I said, NZUSD longs look good, USD CAD shorts look good. These and gold longs look good as well. These ones I can see myself in. Pound USD and Euro USD, they both do have good levels, but they're just quite far away. So I doubt I'll get any more trades for them unless we create some more levels of support, which I can trade from.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, and I think again, this is another example of right now. We just looked at GU on the retail sentiment side. Again, we talked about this earlier, Miko. Even right now, there's a lot of temptation when you have that move to short this and be like, okay, well, I want to buy the pullback, but this looks overextended. I'm going to short this, right? And again, you may or may not realize that you are actually almost certainly in these situations, you are definitely just trading the exact way that the average trader who loses is trading. So it is a cautionary tale. And, I would think I've been saying that concept. I've been discussing that concept for years, and it never changes, right? Retail trading psychology just stays the same for a very, very long, for forever. It's just like human nature. It's really, really interesting. I do want to thank both of you guys for coming on the show. But before we end it, let me just say, if you guys do not already subscribe to Miko and Marco, they come on every week on Thursdays. We do a technical session like we just did. And if you guys would like to check out their content, they have YouTube channels of their own, social medias of their own. Highly worth your time to go find them, follow them, learn from them. It's free game, and we are putting out some content and working hard on that to keep you guys in the know and informed. So Miko, Marco, we dropped your channels in the chat right now. Thank you to Chandler for doing that. And thank you to you guys for coming on the show. We will see you back next week for Technical Thursday.
Thank you.
See you guys. Cool. Yeah, always good to have those guys on the show. If you guys enjoyed that, real quick, do me a quick favor. Let us know. We are studying these shows. We are working as hard as we can to make these shows the best possible. If you guys liked that session, hit that thumbs up button. And if you subscribed today, can you guys do me a favor? We just had 3 people said subscribed to Miko Marco. Let's get a sub train. If you guys want to support this content, if you want this content to never go away, we are working as hard as we can to make it the best as possible it can be. If you guys would hit the thumbs up button on the stream and also subscribe to the channel here as well, if you have not already, it would be a huge help to us as we go forward. Remember, guys, we are doing 55% off of our market software. If you guys would like access to the data that we use on these streams, our company, A1 Trading, builds software tools for traders to keep traders in the know about all the data that we use to take trades. If you guys would like access to this, you can get 55% off right now if you message us. There are real people waiting on the line to get you 55% off of our product. If you would like to set up a meeting, if you'd like to do a Zoom call with us, if you'd like to chat with us, all of the information that you need, you can do this real quick. We're going to drop 2 links. We did this earlier. Here is, of course, 55% off. I know it says 5%. It's just a typo. Don't worry. 55% off the EDGEFINDER if you send us a direct message. Message us using this link. And if you guys would like access to the EDGEFINDER trial that we're offering, if you'd like to set up a meeting or ask your questions, you can also apply for a sign-up form here. And this will allow you to check out our software to check it out. This is totally free. It comes with a free course on how to set up the software, how to understand it. It is a powerful piece of software that we've worked on for about 1.5 years and invested. To be transparent, I think we're just over $200,000 in investment on this product. We have worked very, very hard, and there's a full team behind it. We're trying to bring something to the trading industry that has not been brought before. So if you'd like to learn more about it, again, fill out this, apply for it. And I hope to get it in your hands soon. So thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and we will see you back on the next show. Catch you later.
Thanks again for watching today's show. Our goal at A1 Trading is to continue to share free value to our audience through daily videos and articles, keeping you up to date with the latest market coverage. If you enjoy our content, make sure to subscribe for more. And if you create a new trading account with ACAP, you can get tools like the EDGEFINDER completely for free. Check the link in the description for more information. From all of us at A1 Trading, have a great day, and we'll see you next time.